We're going live. Hey, everybody. Yeah, I go up to the top. So it's just the same, right? What if you go up to there? Go back to that.
Yes.
Hey, everybody, we're going to get started in like 1 minute. We're just trying a few things to see if it helps. I can't see who's watching, so if you're watching and you want to say hi, you can say hi. I know Nikki and April are on here.
Good evening. Hope everybody's doing okay.
You guys want to say hi to Rue? Come here. Come on, buddy. You say hi? Oh, she's kind of stuck on the table. Come here, bud. You say hi? Come here. Big girl.
So
Everyone say hi. Hi, April.
Hey, April D. Martinez.
Okay, it is 6:30. So those of you that are live with us, welcome. If you're watching later on, so glad you're listening, whether you're from Nashville where we are, or you're in another part of the world. We're super thankful to have you guys on tonight. This is brand new for us. So if we have any technical difficulties throughout it, please give us grace.
Bear with us.
Yes. And I just wanted to start before we got going. We're really doing this for you and your families. And we know that this is, and we keep saying this over and over and over again, but it is a crazy time right now. And we want to, not with this, treat, diagnose anything when it comes to the coronavirus right now. That is not what we are trying to do. But we've had so many of you and people ask us, how do we boost our immune system right now? What do we need to do to increase our body's ability to fight things off? And so we really wanted to create this webinar and PowerPoint to empower you and your family, whether you are a family of one or you have a bunch of kids that you're also trying to keep healthy and well. We pray that this is a solution for you for not only just now, but for the rest of your life. And we also know that some of you are scared right now, and know that our entire team is praying for you. We pray every single day, sometimes twice a day before we start our shift, because we are considered essential providers. So we are still open in our office, seeing a lot of you coming in to get your adjustments. So know that we are praying for you. But this right here, this PowerPoint, this webinar, this next 45 minutes is going to be life-changing for you. We know that. And we stand on a foundation that we know that God doesn't make junk. He made your bodies powerful. He made them able to fight off and be like your immune system, amazingly powerful. So we want you to know that we're standing on that foundation and that principle, knowing that we have an amazing healing power inside of our bodies and that we're going to continue to flourish even in this time. And so we thank you for being on this. We love you guys. Let's go ahead and get started.
Also, if you know somebody who is like struggling right now in their health, or who is worried about their immune system right now, either tag them in the video or start a watch party and let them know. Like, this isn't just for you. This is for your friends, your family. It's literally for anybody who wants to live a healthy life for the rest of their life.
Yeah, and if you have any questions or anything, go ahead and comment them. Nikki is standing by, and April, so they can answer any questions if we need to get to them. We won't be able to see the questions right now, so we will get to them at the end if need be. So let's go ahead and get started. I hope it changes. Nikki, will you let us know if it didn't change?
Via text.
Via text. YouTube isn't loading, but I see you both. Okay. So when I say Nikki is standing by in April, here are their beautiful faces so that you can know who our team is. This is our team. And what I love the most about our team and our office is just the community aspect of what we have and how big their hearts are to see this world change, to see people thrive and not only get well and stay well, but for not only for them, but for their entire families. And our team is part of Max Living, and we're a network of doctors. There's over 400 of us in the United States and Canada, Puerto Rico. And our whole mission is to really teach families how to get well and stay healthy through the 5 essentials. And we are both chiropractors. So if you're just meeting us for the first time, I'm Dr. Cassie and this is Dr. Michael. And our lives were completely changed and transformed through chiropractic. And I had a thyroid condition when I was 13 years old, and it was a chiropractor that helped me. Like, I went through an endocrinologist. I had all of my blood taken out, I'm pretty sure. And all that they wanted to do was give me radioactive iodine and burn my thyroid out and then put me on thyroid medications. And I'm super thankful for chiropractic because it gave me my life back. And my husband had a back injury when he was in the military. And it was a chiropractor that helped him after he had tried muscle relaxers and pain pills and everything drug-wise that you could think of, plus alcohol and other drugs that weren't allowing his body to fully heal. But it was a chiropractor that put that back into him to help his body be able to heal and function. And April and Nikki are no different. You can ask them their own stories, but this is the team that's behind you 100%. And we really are here to help you get well and stay well for the rest of your life without drugs, medications, or surgeries. And this is really weird. I just want you guys to know that. Like, this is so weird just talking to a camera. I'm so much of a people person. We're having you guys in our office right there with us. There's nothing like it. And I just have to get through this. So, how does your immune system work? This is where I want to explain to you in a nutshell how your body works. Before I do that, I want you to also understand, like, there are germs and pathogens and viruses and bacteria all over right now. Like, with this whole coronavirus, like, there are a whole bunch of viruses everywhere at all times.
Can I just interject?
Okay.
So I know everybody's on social media right now, like a ton, and there's a post going out right now, and it's like a city, and there's all these like red virus looking, kind of like these green things, but there's these red ones that are all over the city. And the question at the very top says, would you go outside if you could see this? And the thing is, it's like that every single day. And that post is, I don't want to say it, asinine, because that's not really a cuss word, right? It's just, it's ridiculous, because that is the norm. Even though we can't see it, our bodies, like we're going to talk about, have the ability to stave off that stuff as long as you take care of it.
And that's the power of your immune system. So your immune system is working every day, and you might not even know it or even understand it, or you don't even see it, but there are some things that you might see that you consider being sick or not well that are actually part of your immune system working, and we should thank our bodies for being able to do that. But they're everywhere. And your immune system is designed to ward and kill off viruses, pathogens, bacteria, fungus, yeast, all of those things. Now, you have different parts of your immune system. So if you see here, we have either, it's called your innate or natural immune response, or we have your adaptive immune response, and we also have your passive immune response. So I'm gonna do my very best to not complicate this, to help you understand how your body's immune system works. So if you take a look at this slide right here, on this left-hand side, you see innate immunity. So that is also known as your natural immunity. So your body itself already has an immune system set up that are natural barriers to keep pathogens and fungus and virus, all of that outside of your body. The very first thing right here are your epithelial cells. So that is a fancy word for your skin. So your skin has keratin in it, and keratin is very strong, and it keeps things from actually penetrating through your skin. So if anything were to come into contact right here, it actually would not get into my system unless I had a cut or some type of an injury to my skin to allow it to go inside of my body. The other part that's not right here, but you can see, is the neutrophils and the macrophages. Those are found in your mucous membranes. So your body, so any natural opening inside of your body, so your mouth, your nose, your ears, your genitourinary tract, like all of that, those openings have mucus that line them. And I think of it kind of like quicksand. So if a pathogen comes into your nose, your mouth, or any of those openings, it's like the mucus is quicksand, and they just literally just go inside of there, and then they are killed off and getting rid of. Or you can blow your nose, like if you have more mucus that's developing inside of here, your body will cough it out and then get whatever pathogens that are inside of there. Your body's already doing it. And then you can also see those things right here that are called complement and NK cells. So your body already has these types of cells, immune system-wise, inside of you innately. They're found in your tonsils, they're found in your adenoids, they're found in those organs that are right at the surface of most places. And there's already cells there that are eating up any pathogens. They love to do that. It's kind of like Pac-Man everywhere, just eating up anything that's not supposed to be in there. And your body already has that developed inside of you right now. And then you see this kind of like amoeba looking thing. It's called a dendritic cell. A dendritic cell right here is a link between your innate immunity and your adaptive immunity. So if we look at what the word adaptive immunity is, it's just like it sounds. So you adapt to this type of an immunity. So it's not there at all times. Your body starts to develop it. And this is why it's not a bad idea to get sick every once in a while so that your body can develop an adaptive immunity. And so what it does is that these B cells and these T cells, they create these antibodies. And those antibodies attach to the pathogens that are floating inside of your body. They attach to it and then they kill it. And what happens though is that those antibodies are free floating right now in your body for different strains of the flu, from different strains of bacteria, all of that. Your body already has those in there. So anytime that it sees it and detects it, it'll attach it and then it'll kill it. Because your body remembered that you fought that before, created these antibodies, and then allows your body to heal. But when you look at the bottom, between 0 to 1 hour is how your innate immunity automatically works. It's already doing it. But then you can see how adaptive immunity takes about 7 days plus. So this, I'll just tell you a little bit about what's happening with the coronavirus right now is like, so what they found is that nobody has the antibodies, or very few people have antibodies that are able to fight off the coronavirus without going through that 14-day quarantine period. Like if you come in contact with somebody with COVID and all of that, like your body has to create these antibodies, because what they're seeing though is that that's all that you have to do. You just have to let your body and your adaptive immunity create antibodies so that it can get and connect to the virus and then kill it completely. But we also know that if somebody's immune system is compromised, so you already have this inside of your body currently right now, but if any part of it is compromised, that's where we see issues where people aren't able to fight it, or they have other issues and other problems where this system that's designed to work inside of your body is not. And now the last part of this is you have passive immunity. And passive immunity is where it's more where you're not doing anything and you're receiving those antibodies. And the best example of this is breastfeeding. So when a mom breastfeeds her baby, she's giving antibodies to the baby. So then the baby's immune system is creating this adaptive immunity. And now before Dr. Michael kind of talks a little bit more about some of the symptoms that you can express through your immune system working, is I want to talk about the germ theory. So we see how amazing your immune system is. Like, it's designed to fight things off. You have all of these cells that are working 24/7 to keep you in the best immune system shape as possible. But we talk about the germ theory, and that germs and viruses, pathogens, bacteria, fungus, that they're the enemies and that they're the cause of all of this. And I have a newsletter that's out this week, and it says, if the germ theory were real, nobody would actually be living to tell about it. And it's so true, because you can have 20 kids in a classroom, and some of you know this, or you yourself are in a family of 4, and 3 people get it, and then 1 person doesn't get the whatever it could be. How does that happen? It's not the germ that's causing the issue. It's the actual person's immune system and their ability to actually fight off. And it might be done within 0 to 1 hour. Doesn't need to be, and your adaptive immunity goes, and you don't even know that your body already had antibodies to it. And that's why it's such a good idea to make sure that your immune system is adapting continuously. It's crazy when you really think about it.
Well, also, like, you know how people are wiping everything down? Well, we're literally killing all the bacteria everywhere. So we're not building our adaptive immunity right now. So stop wiping everything.
But be very smart. We're not saying not to do that. What we're saying is that we also have to make sure that we're building up our immune system so that it's stronger and stronger and stronger. The more antibodies that it has towards it, the better. Yeah. And I'll just side note for 1 second, like, this is why vaccines were created. Vaccines were created as like a passive immunity where you don't have to do anything, but then it's injected inside of your body. And listen, like, I totally get why it's created. I totally get why all that is. But what I cannot agree with is the fact that it goes directly into your bloodstream. So it bypasses all the natural immunity that your body is designed to go through, and all of the other ingredients that are put inside of there, like polysorbate 80 and mercury and thimerosal, like, and put in aborted fetal tissue. Like, I can't get on board with that. I would much rather have my body create an adaptive immunity on its own by making sure I boost my immune system and make sure that my body can fight it off, so those antibodies are created.
And this is where we're going to talk about the fevers, the coughs, the sneezing, the sniffles. It sucks to be sick.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what your body is doing in the background behind all of that is absolutely amazing. And when we talk about fevers, so I went to like Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic, Healthline, Medline, some of the big like conglomerate hospital-based websites to figure out, okay, so what are these things actually? And they all say that the flu, these are all the bodies doing the right thing at the right time. A natural, it's your body's natural way of fighting off infection. Like, it has to happen. Even Theraflu's website, which is a medication to stop the flu, says that you need to have the flu in order for your body to fight off the infection. But then later on in the website, it says, take this to basically cut your flu in half. But the thing is, you have to have this. You have to have the fever, because it's your body heating up the internal environment, because something has come in contact with your mucous membranes and it's gotten past that. So now your body's like, oh, hey, we really need to do something in order to kill this thing. So then we can adapt to it, bind to it, figure out what it is, kill it, but also get that adaptive immune system going, so that next time anything similar to this, it doesn't have to be identical, it just has to be close, and the body will start to kill that as well. So fevers are an excellent thing. Like you were saying, it's a great thing to have a fever every once in a while, because you know your body's doing the right thing at the right time. And coughing and sneezing are very, very similar. It's when something gets into your mucous membranes and it starts to irritate the membrane, your body will cough in order to try to flush out or expel whatever's in there. Same thing with sneezing. Like right now, I'm sneezing. I have 2 sneezing fits a day right now. Usually it's 1 in the morning and then 1 like mid-afternoon, because I feel like I'm the only one outside and I am breathing all of the pollen that's ever been created in the entire world in one breath. But the thing is, my body, it's irritating my system, and it's allowing me to get rid of it so that it doesn't stay in there, fester, and cause a bigger problem. And the same thing with the sniffles is your body's creating excess mucus to really try to like
neutralize the situation.
I'm like, an avalanche of mucus carrying out the stuff that shouldn't be in there. So all of these are, even though they're not pleasant, they're not fun to have. I was watching a video on a guy who has the coronavirus right now, and he's like, it's not fun to have 102 fever for 14, 18, 20 days. But he's like, I know if I let this go through its course, I am going to be stronger on the back end for it. So that's the whole purpose of your immune system. Is getting sick is like going to the gym for immune system. I say it all the time, like, put those weights on the bar, lift the immune system, get it strong so that you don't have to deal with these things for a long period of time. So when we're talking about the immune system, it can get suppressed. And some of the big things that do that are emotional, environmental, mental, physical, and theoretical stressors. So emotional, when we're talking about emotional, that's like anger, that is fear, that is anxiety, that is these emotions that we have that can really start to dampen our immune system. Environmental, we're looking at the air that we breathe, the water that we drink, the chemicals in our environment, whether it's, the cleaning chemicals that we're using right now, or it's the stuff that you're putting on your skin, it's the stuff that's in your food that you're putting into your body. And then there's mental. So this is things like lack of focus, lack of sleep. This all affects our mental capacity for our immune system to function. And then physical is pretty simple. When there's physical trauma, especially to the spine and the nervous system, it can decrease the function of the immune system. And then theoretical. So right now, theoretical is probably the biggest immune suppressor that we have in our country. So there's a lot of fear being put out there in the media saying that this is killing everybody and all of these numbers. But when you really go back and you look at the true numbers, yes, I understand people are dying, and that it's a real true fact. But the thing is, this isn't as deadly as it's being put on to be. So know who you are and know where you're made from, know who made you, and know how powerful your body is. And we can get through this together. I saw you posted a post. It was, if we take I and put we in illness, it becomes wellness. And seriously, when we all work together as a community to build health and wellness within our families and within our circle of influence, we can literally change the world. So when we're talking about the immune system, 70% of your immune system is in your gut. And for me, I have a mentor, and he talks about the gut, and he talks about how basically we are one big long tube. So when you look at us, right, we have our external environment is what you can see, but the external environment is also, if you think about it, from your mouth, when you put food in to when food comes out, that's one big long tube. And that tube is covered in mucus. So those mucus cells have, like Dr. Cassie was talking about, our immune fighting cells, but also right in the interlining of our digestive system, we have like hair-like fibers. And these hair-like fibers are directly connected to the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve sits right at the brainstem. And that is how our brain communicates to and from our digestive system to regulate how well our immune system is functioning. So when something gets in between those hair fibers, those fibers will resonate and they'll send a signal to, there's a level of nervous system tissue right below those cells. And that will send a signal up to the brain and say, hey, this is what's coming. Do we remember it? If we do, send out who we need to send out. And if not, let's send out the whole freaking army, bring all the reinforcements, let's figure this thing out and let's kill it. So we have to keep our gut healthy in order for us to have a healthy immune system. And when we talk about the body and we talk about the immune system, every single system affects the other. So our nervous system affects our immune system affects our digestive system can affect our respiratory system. Everything is interconnected, and the best way that we have found in order to help not just the immune system, the overall body, but really ramp up the immune system are these 5 essentials. So core chiropractic, making sure your spine, your nervous system are functioning to the best of their ability. Nutrition, putting good, healthy things in and taking bad things out. Dr. Cass is going to talk about that today. Mindset, knowing what our bodies are capable of, knowing who we are and knowing how powerful we are is a massive, massive influence to how well our immune system is functioning. And then I think we all know that oxygen and exercise are really good for us, helps boost our immune system, and then decreasing toxins, getting the bad stuff out, but also putting the good stuff in. When we do these 5 things, the only result we get is health. Today, though, we're just going to talk about the first 3. So we're going to talk about chiropractic, nutrition, and mindset. And Dr. Cassie is going to start with the nutrition aspect.
How's everybody doing? So the first thing I want to talk about is immune supporting lifestyle eating. And I am going to go pretty quickly through this, but I'm going to give you the basics. I really want to keep it very simple, but what I'll let you know is that I'm doing another webinar next week. I have a slide for it so that you can see when it comes to like the absolute nitty-gritty of how to make sure that you're supporting your immune system with eating. But there's one thing that I want to make sure that we know to do, and it's to cut the sugar. And if we could all just do one thing, it would be this: cut the sugar out of our diets. And this isn't just about preventing diabetes. This also isn't just about the sugar that you see here on the screen or the ice cream or those of you that are sweets lovers. Like, I'm talking about everything that is sugar, processed sugar, or anything that turns into sugar. And what happens though is because these are very inflammatory to your body. And chronic inflammation can lead to poor immune function, which then increases your risk of infection and disease. And what's crazy about this whole thing is I just went to the grocery store yesterday, and what I see missing from the shelves is all of this. It's all the unhealthy food, and there was a plethora of produce and healthy foods for me to eat. Like, I didn't miss any one thing from the grocery store that was on my list. And one of the things that I want to help like bring this all together is sugar and the immune system itself. Some of you know, because we've talked about this before, is that sugar feeds cancer cells. So sugar cells or cancer cells have 8 times the receptors for sugar inside of it, but I want to go even deeper. So sugar, they've done studies and it says that it can actually deplete your body from immune supporting nutrients like zinc, vitamin C, and glutathione, which is produced by your liver to help your body detox. Now, this next slide that's right here, it shows what your body does with vitamin C. It actually competes on white blood cells. So white blood cells are able to destroy the maximum number of viruses and bacteria when it's covered in vitamin C. But what happens is in the 1970s, Dr. John Eli, he discovered the glucose ascorbate, which is another name for vitamin C, antagonism theory. And it found that glucose, AKA sugar, and vitamin C have a very similar chemical makeup. But the problem is that both of them depend on insulin, which helps to bring sugar into the cells. And what happens though is that sugar and vitamin C basically end up competing for the same areas and the same spots in your immune system on your white blood cells. So if you're eating sugar, it's not allowing vitamin C to attach to the white blood cells. So then they can only destroy 25% as many viruses and bacteria. So if there's too much sugar inside of your diet, vitamin C will most likely lose the race, and you're going to have a restriction of vitamin C. Because when you think about immune boosting vitamins, pretty much vitamin C comes to the top of the list. And so then vitamin C is critical to handle any oxidative stress, fight pathogens such as viruses, bacteria, other microorganisms. And so with eating sugar, it diminishes your body's ability to actually fight off those things. So what do we need to do to really support our immune system? The very first thing that we can do do it with nutrients. And you really want to make sure that you're having a diet that's rich in greens, like you see on the right-hand side, vegetables, green fruits like Granny Smith apples, in the upper left, like having good, healthy fats inside of your diet. And you can see berries. Like if we're going to have any fruits, we want to make sure they're the lowest on the sugar glycemic index. So berries and Granny Smith apples, grapefruits, lemons, and limes, those are where you want to keep it. And then as many green vegetables as you possibly can. And then when it comes to protein, making sure that you have clean meats, grass-fed beef, free-range chicken, pasture-raised eggs. So the quality of the food that you're putting inside of your body. Think about the opposite of this. Think about all the things that are gone in the grocery store. And this could have been you. Like you could have went to the grocery store and bought all the canned vegetables, all the macaroni and cheese, all the peanut butter, all of those boxed and canned foods because you weren't sure what was going to happen. You're scared. But that right there isn't going to feed your body and your immune system the nutrients that it needs. So what that means now is then the next time that you're going to the grocery store, I want you to add these things to your diet, that you're having life being put inside of your body so that it can support your immune system, support your body being able to work properly. Now, if you want, next week on Tuesday, April 14th at 5:30, I'm going to do an entire paleo nutrition workshop. We're actually going to do, I'm going to do 4 different nutrition workshops each month. We're going through a cycle of them. So this next one's paleo. The one after that is going to be Whole30. Then we're going to do a keto and then back to plant-based. Those are our favorites when it comes to which of these things you can do. I encourage you to watch every single one of them. Or if one of them is highlighted to you and that's what you want to do, I'm going to talk about what's good about it, where can people go wrong, especially like dirty paleo and putting bacon on everything and eating all of that. That's not always the best thing, but to show you how you can do it in a healthy way to not only support your immune system, but to support your health long term. And then it's more of a lifestyle change. You're not just doing 30 days of eating well and then going back to unhealthy habits. So now let's get into a couple other things. I thought you were going to say something. Let's talk about elderberry syrup. So this has recently gained a lot of popularity in the immune boosting world. And even right now, some people have sent me a few articles on elderberry and the coronavirus and that it can increase what's called cytokines inside of the body. And what I've seen with that is that you have to take a lot of elderberry for the cytokines to go up super high. And the benefits of what that can be done if you're taking it on a regular basis is completely and totally fine. So I'm not, though, giving you supplements so that you can fight the coronavirus or flu or colds at all. Elderberry is natural in the world, and what's been cool is that they've created syrups now, or even tonics, which is what we have in our office, but it's full of nutrients. Like, it is a powerhouse, and it's so supportive of your immune system. One study found that patients that use elderberry syrup found relief from flu symptoms 4 days faster than compared to a placebo. And so one of the elderberry syrups that we recommend, like, you can get this at a store, anywhere. We have a local place called Mama Merrill's. It's in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, and she created these amazing tonics. One of them is completely honey-free, so that's more for like your kids, and it kind of is like grape juice. My favorite is the turmeric tonic, and then Dr. Michael's favorite is the spicy one. I don't do really well with spicy things, but turmeric helps to decrease inflammation in your body. We love this. We take 1 tablespoon, especially during flu season and right now, to keep our immune system boosted up. Now, let's talk about garlic. So this has been around for forever. Those of you that are older that are watching, you know, because you've had chicken noodle soup like when you were sick, or you just heard about the antimicrobial, antifungal aspects of what garlic can do. But it is delicious. It also can sometimes make your breath smell, and I get that. And right now, that might just be what happens in your world. But when garlic is broken down, meaning whether you chew it or you crush it or you mince it or when you chop it, what happens is allicin, it's ALLICIN, is activated inside of garlic. And now that's the main active compound that helps your immune system. So what allicin does is it reduces inflammation in your body, it supports your immune system, and it allows you to effectively fight off infections. One study found that garlic reduces your risk of illness by 63%. And then the duration of the illness by 70%. And so our favorite way to do it is either raw or cooked. We really don't like, you can swallow it straight up whole. You can chew it straight up. It's a little bit spicy. We don't love to do that. You can take it in capsules, but we usually put it in salad dressings. You can do vegetable stir fries. You can put it when you're baking vegetables, you can chop it up and put it on top. Any kind of meat dish, dips, dressings, sauces. You can also make bone broth or soups with garlic inside of there. Best time right now is to load up on the garlic. The next thing, citrus fruits. So the citrus fruits have a ton of vitamin C. Like, it's the main source of where vitamin C is. We already saw how essential it is to our immune system, especially our white blood cells. When those white blood cells have citrus connected to them, they are fighters. They are like armed up, they got everything on, and they can go out and your immune system is supported. So right now you need to be eating a ton of citrus fruits. Now I'm going to give you a couple recommendations, because oranges, even though they're full of vitamin C, they also have a bunch of sugar in it. So I don't recommend having like oranges, like tons of oranges every day. I would much rather you do more of the lemons and the limes. And they've actually shown to have some of the best sources of vitamin C, and they can be pretty easy to use. I do also enjoy a cutie every now and then, or like a clementine, especially if you have kids, to boost up their immune system. Lemons and limes, they don't always love because they can be a little bit tart, but you can give them a cutie every day to help boost their vitamin C levels. But squeeze lemons and limes on everything. Any meal that you want to. I made some tikka masala, and at the end it had fresh lemon juice to put right on top of it. It was amazing. You can make dressings out of it, dips out of it, salad. I already said salad dressings, but like just salad, just put some lemon juice or lime juice on top of it. And it'll help to not only increase your immune system, detoxify your body, and boost your metabolism. So I do want to talk about a couple things when it comes to supplements. Because I just got an email last week, and it was from one of our patients, and she was like, Dr. Cassie, what are the best supplements that I need to be taking right now to keep my immune system up? One of them, and I'm sure you've heard of it, is vitamin D3. So vitamin D3 helps support your T cells, which was part of the adaptive immunity inside of your body. And it also protects against pathogens. And vitamin D is essential for your immune function. Like, the amount of correlation between diseases and cancer and fighting off, like not having diabetes or other disease processes, your vitamin D3 levels are in direct correlation to whether or not that happens inside of your body. I think that right now, like when I used to look at blood work and blood tests, there was no vitamin D levels tested. And now in almost every single one of them, it is a prerequisite to make sure that your vitamin D levels are up high. Now you got to make sure that you're taking vitamin D3, not vitamin D2, because some people have prescriptions from their medical doctors that are vitamin D2. That is synthetic, man-made. So we want to make sure that it's vitamin D3. And the reason that ours has probiotics in it is because vitamin D3 is absorbed in your small intestine. So people either have two problems. They're not getting enough vitamin D3, or they're not absorbing it. So we want to make sure that we combine both of them together. And there's 5,000 IUs inside of here. I recommend right now taking at least 10,000 with what's going on in the world. During flu season, we always take 10,000 plus. If you're not feeling good, you can take anywhere from 20 to 25,000 IUs for a period of time. And the reason is because most of us are deficient in vitamin D3 anyways. And the reason is because vitamin D3 comes from the sun. And so even especially right now, a lot of us are going out and we're walking. Good. Keep doing that, because that'll boost your vitamin D3 levels up. That's the next one. The importance of getting out right now, walking around, getting in the sun is a must. So you keep increasing your vitamin D3 levels up, but knowing that we don't get outside all the time, taking and supplementing it is the best. I also want we have a few patients that love eating like organ meat. And so I want you to also know that when you eat fatty fish, when you eat beef livers, when you eat egg yolks, it does increase your vitamin D levels. Some of you are grossed out and you don't have to do that. Just get out in the sun / take vitamin D as your immune booster. Next one is vitamin C. You probably knew I was going to talk about that, but making sure that you get vitamin C inside of your body. You saw how important it is. The amount that I want you to take right now is anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams per day. If you take 2,000 and have diarrhea, it's because you're taking too much and your body already has vitamin C, so you can just take 1,000. That's how you'll know if you're taking too much. We love vitamin C complete, but we also have in our office right now vitamin C powder. Either one of those will work and be great to help support your white blood cells and stimulate them to kill off all the stuff. And then Dr. Michael talked about how important your gut microbe is. So we recommend having a probiotic. And what happens though is that your gut and your immune system are like this. They're so interconnected. And so if there's an imbalance at all in the bacteria in your gut, it can affect your immune system. So we want to make sure that your gut is not compromised. And based off of the food that we eat in the world, most likely all of you that are watching, there is some sort of a compromisation, if that's even a word, in your gut right now. And so you need to make sure that you're taking probiotics. Now, most people, when you go buy a probiotic, they are only in the millions. We recommend that you have billions of probiotics. So I really mean billions of probiotics inside of your body when you're taking a probiotic, and that there's multiple strains of probiotics in there, not just taking one strain. Another way to get healthy probiotics is eating fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi. Don't love kimchi, but I love sauerkraut. So we try to get those into our diet on a regular basis to help balance out our gut flora. Now, for those of you that are patients, you know that every workshop we do discounts. We still want to do the same thing for you guys right now, and just virtually on these products right here that you see, the probiotic vitamin D3 or vitamin C. Vitamin C complete is on back order, but we do have the powder, so if you need to interchange that, we absolutely can. But 15% off of these products tonight. Some of you come to the workshop so that you can get extra discounts on products. We still want to offer that. If there's any other things that you need, you will get 10% off of your products tonight. And what you'll do is you'll text your order to April 615-927-4571. She is standing by. She has the phone. She's waiting for your order, so you can text them right on in, and you can come into the office and you can pick up your supplements. Or for those of you that are self-quarantining and you're not coming out of your house, but you want to come and you can pick up supplements, we absolutely will do a curbside supplement drop-off to you. We will sanitize our hands, we'll sanitize the products, we'll bring them out to you, and then you can have them. We can even just drop them off. You can come and pick them up however you want to do that, no contact whatsoever, but we still want to make sure that you get your supplements and your immune system is boosted at the same exact time. Nikki's going to also put links, so those of you that might be in another state or somewhere else, links to these products so that you can get them. The only thing that I can't do for you right now is discount them. I do know that if you go to the product store that we have and you subscribe to it, you get 20% off. So you can also do that too. So she's going to click, or she's going to put links on the side if you're on Facebook. I don't know if it's going to work on YouTube, but just text and we'll make sure that that gets all set to you. April will make sure that's good to go. And then those of you that are patients, we do have this immunity perspective for you. It's printed out. It's on the front desk. We have this for you in the office for free at no cost. And Nikki is also going to put another link in the notes or comments section that those of you that are not patients, you can also get this for free at a $25 value. So going through the immune system of each and every 5 essential, all of the supplements that we talked about, plus some, you can click on that link. And those of you that are not patients in our office and that are local, or you're in another part of the world, we want to be able to help you. So we're going to give you an opportunity for those of you that are local that want to have an opportunity to become a patient. We're going to do that in a little bit here later. And those of you that are not, if you click on that link to get this perspective, there is a another click link that you can also find a clinic that's closest to you. So if you live in Missouri or Illinois or Florida and you're looking for a chiropractor to help you, you can see if there's one local to your area, and we'd love to be able to help guide you into that spot.
So welcome back to me. The really cool thing is when we do these webinars or when we do our workshops in the office, we're literally like scrounging the internet and all of the books and all the sources that we can in order to find the most up-to-date information. And this is like a brand new, it's very, very, I don't know if it's brand new, but it's a very new field in science, and it's called Psychoneuroimmunology. So a lot of people right now are talking about how the nervous system doesn't really affect the immune system, or the nervous system, how we think doesn't really affect our immune system. But there's a study out there right now, and it's the specific study of interactions among our behaviors, our endocrine systems, or our hormones, our neuro or our nervous system, and our immune processes, and how they are all interlinked. And the thing is, like I was saying earlier, every single system in our body is affected by whatever is going on in other systems. So we can't, it's kind of like, I think about it when you go to the doctor and they give you a drug. They'll give you a drug, and every single drug comes with a what? It comes with a side effect. You're absolutely right. So thank you, Dr. Cassie. And that side effect usually doesn't affect the organ that they're trying to treat with the drug. It affects something else. And then ultimately, if it gets bad enough, you'll take another drug in order to help that symptom. And it's just this perpetual cycle of drug until everything stops working. And then it becomes like what they wanted to do for me, a surgery. And for us, that's just not how health and wellness, it doesn't come from a pill. So we're going to give you the opportunity to be able to figure out how well is your body healing it from the inside naturally later. But the thing is, when we take care of each of these individual areas of our lives, it all helps our immune system. So the way that we think, the way that we sleep, the way that we that our immune systems function, our hormone system is functioning, the way that our neurology is functioning, it all increases how the immune system fights off disease. And one of the biggest things that hinders our immune system is stress. And right now, I think a lot of people, we've had a lot of patients coming in that are very stressed out. A lot of them have either lost their job or their hours are less, and they're concerned about money, or a family member may be sick right now and they're worried, do they have COVID-19 or what's going on? I've seen a lot of people on social media and who have lost family members, and they're not sure again if it was from the virus or from some other disease. And the thing is, we're living in a stressful world. But the cool thing is, stress is a great thing. We need stress. And when our bodies are stressed, our hypothalamus will send a signal to our pituitary gland and our autonomic nervous system. So our autonomic nervous system is the part of our nervous system that's always running. It's telling your heart to beat right now. It's telling my lungs to breathe. It's allowing my body to function. It's the stuff I don't have to think about. It's not me moving my arms. It's everything that goes on in the background. So what happens is the body will start to increase cortisol levels. And a lot of you have probably heard of cortisol. It's a stress hormone. But also it increases epinephrine, which is like adrenaline. So when we're stressed, or when we're in a state of stress, which is could be a really good thing, like everybody's watching Tiger King right now. So if you went to his zoo and you were in one of his cages with one of his tigers, and he was like, go pet the tiger, you would be stressed out. Your body would immediately go into this fight or flight mode, and adrenaline's going to rise and cortisol is going to rise. And that's to allow you to either run away from that tiger or fight the tiger if it comes down to it. Now, the thing is, we have tigers living in every area of our lives. And when that perpetual tiger is sitting there, when you wake up in the morning till the time you go to bed, and even when you're sleeping, he's watching over you, this stress goes unchecked, out of control, and it will destroy your immune system. So one of the biggest things that we have to deal with, especially right now, is stress. Number one, turn off the news. Other things that we can do, but not sorry at all. Get rid of your phones, social media, Facebook, Instagram. All of these things can be very stressful for people. That comparison mindset happens quite a bit. You see other people, their highlight reels, and it eats at you a little bit, like, why isn't my life there? Or why am I not there yet? Or why can't I have that? And the thing is, you are exactly where you're supposed to be at the right moment, at the right time. But other things we can do is, first thing in the morning when we wake up, it's affirmation, speaking life over myself. Like, I am an amazing communicator. I am the best chiropractor in the state of Tennessee, if not the nation. I am powerful. I'm an amazing husband. I'm an amazing dog dad. Like, I speak these things over me, especially while I'm in the shower, because I just have time. I have nothing else to do but speak life into myself. Meditating. We like to meditate on the Word. We read the Bible every single morning. We take a couple of minutes to write about what we've read, and we share that in a group with a few of our friends. Well, one of our friends, Dr. Kaylee Judd, and we build each other up by reading the Word together, but also diving into what it means to each and every one of us. Exercising, a great way to boost your mood, your mindset. It's been proven that exercise beats out any antidepressant out there on the market. And there's a lot of, they're very simple things. Getting out in nature, having community. Right now, these Zoom calls that people are getting on and still creating that community feel is a great thing for your immune systems. Getting around people, even if it's 6 feet away, having those people nearby so that you can bounce ideas off of, bounce concerns off of, and just communicate with, it's gonna help build your immune system. So there's two theories out there. There's the germ theory that Dr. Cassie already talked about, and then there's the terrain theory. And the thing about the terrain theory is, when you look at the top half of your screen, you're seeing a garbage dump. And what grows in garbage dumps? You're gonna have mold, you're gonna have maggots, you're gonna have rats, you're gonna have probably some other creepy, crawly things that are in there. And the reason they're there is because that environment allows them to thrive. Now, if you look at the bottom half of your screen, it's a beautiful pasture. There's no garbage anywhere. The sun is out shining. There's clouds. It probably rained recently. Like, all of these things are helping build a beautiful terrain that's not allowing. You don't see any rats. You don't see, yes, there's bugs, but those bugs are there to help flourish. It's kind of like our microbiome within our gut lining. It's helping create a good, healthy system so that bad things cannot thrive and life can thrive. So for us, it's not about avoiding the germs. It's about building a beautiful green pasture in our bodies so that we can live our life to the fullest, unadulterated. And we may not, I don't like to call it getting sick. We may have a symptom, like we may have a cough or a fever or a cold, but that's our body just building a better environment so that nothing else can thrive in it.
And because what happens though is, in the germ theory, is that if rats were to come, or bacteria, spiders, whatever it is, into there, the idea in the medical world is to kill the rats. It's to kill the things that are coming. And that's actually not the answer. The answer is to clean up the garbage on the inside and to create the better terrain there. So it's just a different way of looking at things. Instead, like, we're thinking boost our immune systems up so our bodies can naturally and increase that adaptive immunity, not just to kill all the pathogens and viruses, because I'm just going to let you know, like, it's impossible. There's just way too many.
Can't be done. So how do we know if our immune systems are not functioning properly? Well, our body, the cool thing is, our body gives us these warning signs. Like, if you are frequently sick, most likely your immune system is shot. But the cool thing is, we have one system that controls everything else within the body. And it's your nervous system. Your nervous system is the most important thing that we have. It's the only system that's completely encased in bone. Your brain is completely encased in your skull. Your spinal cord has your spine around it so that no damage can happen to it. But the problem is, our lifestyles nowadays, what we see in our office is accidents, traumas, falls as children, birth process, our posture, our work environment. A lot of these things will cause damage, our nutrition, chemicals. They cause muscles and ligaments and bones to shift out of their normal position, putting pressure on your nervous system, because your brain sends a signal down your spinal cord to every single organ within your body. And it happens every second of every single day. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to pray about it. It just happens. The cool thing is your brain has the ability to tell your heart to beat exactly when to beat, how to beat, and when to beat. Your brain has the ability to tell your digestive system when to digest food, when to stall, and when to hold, and when to absorb nutrients, and when to expel toxins. The thing is, if your brain is not able to communicate at 100% or to the best of its ability to those organs, your body starts to break down. The structure of your spine determines the function of your body. So your brain and your spinal cord should have a perfect position. So I'm going to use this spine, and just let me know if you can see me well. So we look at a spine. You got it?
Yep.
In your neck, you should have a curve just like this. So it's facing this way. You should have a curve that looks just like this. And in your mid-back, you should have an opposite curve. In your low back, you should have a very similar curve to your neck. And then from the front, your spine should be perfectly straight. Your pelvis should be level. So when your spine's in that position, your body, your brain can communicate to your body to the best of its ability. The problem is when we're sitting at a desk for a few hours a day, especially now that we're sitting at home, most of us are just Netflix and chilling. So we're sitting in the couch watching TV, and then we're looking down on our phones. Our spines get in really bad positions. And when we stand up, we start to look like that old person that's walking down the street, not having a great life. So the thing is, what we do as chiropractors is we work with the spine to get your spine back to its normal position, or as close to it as we possibly can, to allow your brain to communicate life, health, and function down your spine, out the nerves to every single cell, tissue, and organ in your body. Now, if you've never had that done, and you're like, man, I don't know what my spine even looks like.
Or you started working from home and now you have neck pain and back pain.
Or you start working from home and now your body's giving you symptoms, whether it's a headache, whether it's digestive system issues, whether it's numbness and tingling into your toes, whether it's you don't have any symptoms at all yet. Those are the perfect patients because we want to keep you healthy and well for the rest of your life. If your body is telling you, hey, there's something going on, you need to get your nervous system checked. And what we're doing is we're doing a discount for those of you who have never had that done. Here in the office. And if you were to go to a medical doctor and get this testing done, it's going to be a lot more than $187. That would be the cost of just a single x-ray. But in our office, sitting down with me and doing your case history and a consultation is $29. Your postural evaluation is $39. A spinal evaluation is $39. And then digital x-rays, digital x-rays are amazing. We get to see the results right away. We get to analyze them that night, and that way we can let you know as soon as possible where the damage is at, how bad is it, or how great is it, and then how can we help your body work and get back to its normal position and allow it to function normally. Now, in our office, normally it's $187, but because we're doing this webinar, for those of you who live here in Nashville, the MaxImmunity discount price is just $40. Now, there's going to be a link. Nikki's going to put up a link on the Facebook page and on the YouTube page. It's a link, and it'll take you to Calendly. And what that will do is it will allow you to pick whatever day and time works best for you. Our schedule is already up on there. So you'll be able to pick what day and time works best. You'll be able to pay right then and there. And then you'll get an email and it'll let you know, okay, this is the paperwork that you need to fill out. This is the day and the time. This is where we're located. And then also our number in case you have any questions on how to get to us. Now, a lot of times people are like, I don't know if this is really for me. And to be honest, that was me at one point in time, like Dr. Cassie talked about. So I had excruciating low back pain where the point where it would drop me to my knees. And I went and did the whole medical route. I tried the drugs, I tried the surgeries, I tried to self-medicate, and nothing helped me. And then finally somebody told me, I was on base, and they said, hey, we have a chiropractor, and this is the only base in the United States that actually has a chiropractor on it. And I had nothing else to lose because my next step was an exploratory back surgery. And for me, that just doesn't make any sense because if you don't know what's going on, why are you going to cut me open? So I said, hey, I'll give this guy a shot. And by the second adjustment, I was back. I was playing football. I was in no more pain. But the cool thing is, once I understood how the spine and the position of the spine, the structure dictates the function, it blew my mind that other things started to get better. Like I started to breathe better. I started to sleep better. I was going to the bathroom better. And I never said that any of that stuff was bad. It was just a side effect of getting my body working and functioning to the best of its ability. So for those of you who are out there who have never had that done, again, Nikki's going to put that link up there. Go ahead and click on that link, follow the steps, and we will see you soon.
And I also want to let you know too, if you are self-quarantining and you want to get on a phone call with us, either myself, Dr. Michael, or Nikki, there's also another link, or it's on the same one?
Different link.
A different link that Nikki's going to send out. So then if you want to get on a consultation with us, it'll be $20 to do the consultation, but we'll do that over like a virtual health type of a consult. You can also do that as well on those links. So action steps going forward. I don't want you to pick 100 things that we just talked about. I want you to pick one or two, start to implement those, whether it looks like getting your spine and your nervous system checked, whether that looks like getting some of the supplements and starting to take them, or whether that looks like the next time you go to the grocery store, right, Rue is on the back, just bit my leg. Whether or not that's changing the food that you're buying at the grocery store or signing up for the next workshop, just pick one or two of those things and start implementing them right now. There is no better time to change your lifestyle than right now. You will never have this time again to really change the way that you're living. So we want to encourage you that you can absolutely do that. And then for those of you that want to know more, every single workshop in April is going to be a webinar. Our next one is on Tuesday, April 14th. I'll be doing a complete nutrition workshop with you on the paleo diet. And then on April 20th, Monday, we're also going to do a kids family workshop. So what is this for? It's for any of you that are nannies, any of you that are wanting to be parents one day, any of you that are pregnant. We're going to be talking about pregnancy, and anywhere from a infant, brand new baby up to the age of 18 years old. So if you have any child in that, or you're an aunt or a grandma taking care of kids, you absolutely want to join us on April 20th at 6 p.m. We're going to do the same thing on Facebook and YouTube. We'll figure out the kinks to all of what just happened there, and we'll make it even better each time. If you want to connect with us virtually, since that's really the best thing to do right now, where we update any office hour changes, what we're doing in the clinic, what it looks like for the future. You want to connect with us on Instagram. So there's our Instagram handle there. Nikki's also going to put 2 links on there. And then we also have a podcast. We haven't done it since last June, but we are restarting it again. So those of you that have been fans, thank you so much for listening to our podcast. You can go to our podcast. You can listen to all the previous episodes right now, and then look forward to the newest ones coming up. Those are in the link in the comments as well. We just want to say thank you to all of you for being on here and being with us. We are praying for you. We're praying for your immune systems. We're praying for your family. We're praying for this country. We know that we're going to come out stronger through this, and we're here to support you. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. We love you guys, and we will see you very soon.